You reach across the table just the way she used to. Left hand first, palm up like a question waiting. I almost pulled away before I caught myself. Checked your face to make sure it was yours. Your ring's on a different finger, that's a new thing. Your laughing's high where hers would drop low. I'm mapping every difference like a man who needs a map, because the similarities are doing something to my chest. The way you hold a glass, the thumb along the side. I counted 4 things in the first 10 minutes. I didn't come here carrying her name. I left it at the door, I swear I did. But it followed me inside like a cigarette smoke in a coat. Same hands, different person. Same soft way of reaching. Same hands. And I have to remind myself that you are you and she is somewhere else. And this is not a second chance at that. Same hands, different person. You deserve to be seen as you. We ordered the same wine she always ordered. Coincidence, I know it's coincidence, but I felt the restaurant tilt a half degree. Had to put my fork down for a second. You were talking about your sister's wedding. I caught every third word, nodded like I had the rest in my head. I was 3 years back in a different city, splitting the same wine with someone who is not you. I blinked out of it before you noticed. I think the rest of dinner I made sure to look at your eyes, not hers. I'm not comparing you to her, I'm not. I just have a memory that doesn't know the difference yet between a detail and a sign. Same hands, different person. Same unconscious gesture. Same hands. And I'm telling myself to stay. You are not a placeholder for that other name. You're something I don't have the language for yet. Same hands, different person. Give me one more week to get it right. She's not here. She's in a different apartment in a city I don't visit. She has her own table, her own glass, her own hand on someone else's arm. She's not here. You are, and that is not a consolation prize. That is a separate and complete thing that I am almost ready to receive. Same hands, different person. Same reach, different meaning. Same hands. And I'm letting go of the comparison. You are here, right here. That's a thing on its own. Same hands, just yours now. You started humming something in the kitchen, a song I hadn't heard in 2 years, give or take. Put the groceries down and stood there, trying to place the feeling before I placed the song. She used to play it on the drive to the coast. Volume 2 notches past reasonable. Windows down, hair pulling at her face. She'd sing the part she didn't know the words to, and you're just humming it like it belongs to you, like it was never anybody else's first. It does belong to you now, I know that. Music doesn't hold a forwarding address, but I'm standing in your kitchen with my hands gone cold. Her playlist on your lips, and you don't know the damage. Her playlist just a melody you picked up somewhere on the road. I can't explain why I went quiet. I can't explain it in a way that's fair to you. Her playlist on your lips, and I'm back at the coast for one more second. You asked if I was okay, I said just tired. You handed me a glass of water like a question. I drank it slowly, came back to the room, found my way back to your particular face. Watched you finish the grocery bag, fold it neat, stick it in the drawer beneath the counter. Third one down, she kept hers in a different drawer. I noticed. The noticing felt like something I should stop. You turned around and smiled with your whole face, and I gave you something back that was almost real. It's not that she's still here, it's that she left things in certain songs, and certain songs don't check who's in the room before they play. Her playlist on your lips, and you are not responsible. Her playlist, just the radio, just the air, just the way a melody gets in. I'm the one who has to do the work here. I'm the one who needs to let the song be new. Her playlist on your lips, and slowly I'm letting it belong to you. There is a version of this where I just tell you, and you would hold it carefully, and we would both agree it's complicated, and go to sleep like normal people. I'm not there yet, I'm close. Her playlist, becoming yours, one song at a time. You hum it like it's always been yours. Maybe it is now, maybe that's okay. Her playlist on your lips, on mine.
This has been the best year I can honestly remember. First one in a long time where the mornings weren't an effort. You made that happen, and I don't say it enough, but I'm saying it now. Into the dark above the bed, you're asleep beside me and I'm listing things. The way you argue, the way you drop it when you've won, the coffee you leave on my side without me asking, the particular weight of your arm across my back. I have been genuinely happy in this house, and underneath that quiet, patient hurt ghost, I don't go looking for her. She doesn't come in waves. She comes in Tuesday, details that I'd know anywhere. Ghost in a good year. She's not the reason it's good. Ghost in a good year. She's just the thing I carry into it. You gave me this, the goodness is yours. She's just a passenger I never dropped at the station. Ghost in a good year. Two things true at once. We drove through the neighborhood where she used to live. I planned the route to miss it, took a wrong turn anyway. You were talking, didn't notice the street name. I kept driving, kept my eyes on the light ahead. I've been to therapy, I know what this is called. Unfinished grief, dressed up in ordinary moments. I've done the work, I've done most of the work. Most is not all, and I'm still clearing the last rooms. The house of a person is big and takes a while. You deserve someone who's finished moving out. I'm close, I need you to know that I'm not choosing her, I'm not choosing the ghost, I'm choosing this bed, this arm, this morning. I'm choosing you. Ghost in a good year. She doesn't take up much space anymore. Ghost in a good year. Her name that surfaces and sinks. You gave me this, the safety is yours. She's the one I keep forgetting to let go of completely. Ghost in a good year. Learning to let them both exist. I wanna tell you this someday, not as a confession, as a gift, so you understand why I hold you sometimes. Like I'm making sure you're real, like I'm making sure this is mine, and mine is good, and good is enough, and enough is everything. Ghost in a good year. Getting smaller. Ghost in a good year. Ghost in a good year. You are louder, you are here, you are the thing that's real. Ghost in a good year. Going quiet, going quiet. Almost gone. You laughed at something on the TV, snorted once at the beginning like a punctuation, and I was somewhere else before I could stop myself. Not fully, one foot in this room, one somewhere back. She used to start her laugh the same exact way, surprised by it herself, like it caught her off guard. I never told her it was the thing I loved most, figured out it longer to say it. You don't know about any of this, you just laughed because the show was funny. I came back to the room, I always come back, but there's a half second every time that belongs to something I can't name in your presence. The way you laugh, and I'm in two places. The way you laugh, and something in me aches. Not for her, more for the version of me who didn't know that things like this end. The way you laugh, and I love you for it in real time, and more in something else on the same breath. Later you asked what I was thinking. I said just tired, the lie I've been rehearsing. You accepted it because you're gracious that way, or because you sensed the real answer was bigger than the moment. You made tea, came back, sat close enough to touch, put on something quiet or dim the light without asking. I don't know if you knew what you were doing, but you made the room safe enough for me to exhale. I didn't tell you anything, but I moved closer and you let me. I am here with you, that is the truest sentence I have. The rest is archaeology. I'm done digging all the way you left, and I'm choosing this room the way you left, and I'm learning to stay in it. Not for her, for this, for the snort and the surprise, for your hand pulling at the sleeve, the way you laugh, and less does anything else surface. She had a laugh too different, everything's different. I'm not comparing, I'm just finishing the sentence. That grief doesn't let you finish cleanly. You can love what you have and still take a moment to thank the thing that taught you to love it. Whoa, the way you laugh, I'm here. The way you laugh, I'm only here. The snort, the surprise, a TV light across your face. The way you laugh, and I am finally only here. She's in Portland now, I know this from a mutual friend. Not because I stopped checking around March. The mutual friend mentioned it like weather. Portland doing well, teaching now a dog. I held all 4 facts in my hand for a second, then I put them down and went back to my dinner. You were across the table asking about my day. I said the usual, which was almost true. The dog I thought about longer than I should have. What kind, what color does it sleep on the bed? I don't want her back, I want the part of me that was easy back. It's different and it doesn't mean what it might sound like at first. 2 cities, and the distance does the work. 2 cities, and I'm finally learning not to ache. She has a dog in Portland, let that be the whole story. You have my Tuesday and my 6 a.m. 2 cities, 2 completely different lives. 2 cities, mine is here, mine is yours. Ooh. You showed me pictures from your hometown last weekend. The street you grew up on, the diner where you worked, your mother's kitchen, yellow like she described it. Your before me life laid out in a phone camera roll. I looked at every photo twice, I wanted to see all of it. Wanted to know the version of you before the version I got. This is what being present means, I think. Choosing someone's entire timeline, not just the part you're in. She chose the last chapter of mine and left at the epilogue. You walked in at the beginning of whatever this becomes. I'm not starting over, I'm starting forward. There's no clean slate, I know days and I stopped checking the other one. She has a whole life in Portland. Let it be complete. You have the rest of mine to fill in. Two cities, and I chose the one with you in it. Two cities, mine is here, mine is ours. There's a version of grief no one tells you about. It's not crying in parking lots, it's putting away the geography, retiring the street names and the airports you mapped her onto. Portland can just be Portland again. A city in the rain, with its own dogs and its own lives that have nothing to do with mine. Two cities, the distance is doing its work. Two cities and I'm here. You're pitching your photos of Tuesday. Here, only here. Two cities. One of them is home now. One of them is yours. You asked me once why I go quiet sometimes, in the middle of a laugh or a good conversation. I said I didn't know, which was half the truth. The other half was wearing someone else's face for a second. I've never said her name to you directly. It lives in the space between my answers. In the years I account for vaguely before you back then. In the city I say I used to love but don't visit. You're smart enough to feel the outline of something, patient enough to wait until I fill it in. This is me filling it in. Not because you asked, because you deserve a partner who walks in the hallway. Don't say her name, I'll handle that. Don't say her name, it's mine to carry. I tell you everything except the sound of it, because once it's out here between us, the room changes shape. Don't say her name, just let me hold it a little longer before I put it down for good. She was the kind of love I thought was permanent, the architectural kind built into the walls, and then the walls were just walls again. I walked around the empty floor for longer than I'm proud of. I know the math on this, I know how time works. I know the next one doesn't fix the last one. I know you are not medicine, and I am not recovering. This is something different, this is choosing again and choosing again. When you've been genuinely broken, takes a kind of courage I don't give myself credit for. You gave me back the courage to choose. You didn't know that's what you were doing. Most good things happen like that. Don't say her name, I'll put it down. Don't say her name, it's already getting quieter. I can tell you what she cost and what she left. I can hand you the whole ledger if you want it. The name is just a name, I know that, but names are the last thing that let go. Don't say her name, give me just one more moment, then I'm done. I'm telling you this in the dark, because the dark is easier, and because you stayed after the pauses. And because you have never once pushed, just opened the door and stood back. That is its own kind of love, the kind I didn't know to ask for. I'm asking now, I'm in here all the way now. Don't say my name, I'll say it myself one day. When it's just a word, when it means nothing more than a name. Don't say her name, I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Changed everything about the apartment after, not overnight. It took about a year. Moved the couch from where it always sat. New side of the bed, the side I never used. Bought plants because she didn't like plants. Let them take over the windowsill one pot at a time. Got a new coffee machine, different cups. Learned to cook 3 things I can never be bothered with. Small rebellions against the life we'd been living. Each one a room I was taking back for myself. And then you walked in and liked the plants and asked the name of everyone. And I had to sit down. Renovation, I rigged it all the rooms. Renovation, I painted over every wall. And then you showed up fitting into spaces I thought I left empty on purpose. Renovation, the work is never finished. There's always one more corner, one more thing to sand and paint the name. Renovation, one wall at a time. You asked about a photo I put face down on the shelf. I said old friend, which is technically accurate. You nodded and moved on, I loved you for that. Some questions are an act of grace to not ask. I turned it right side of the week after you left that morning. Looked at it for a minute, said goodbye like a complete sentence. Moved it to the closet shelf, the high one. Not destroying, just relocating to appropriate distance. The apartment is almost entirely mine now. Oh, you helped me finish it without knowing you were helping. I owe you something for that. Not my whole story, not yet, but the room I cleared out. Consider it yours. Renovation, the last room took the longest. Renovation, the one I kept the door closed on. And you came by and stood in the hallway and didn't try to open it. And that's how I knew. Renovation, not because you saved me, because I was already saving myself. And you arrived at the right time to see it finished. There is a before and an after. The after has plants in it. The after has different cups. The after has you asking the name of things. Like everything is worth knowing. Like this apartment is worth learning. I think it might be renovation. The work is almost done. Renovation. Open all the windows, all of them. This is mine. This is mine. Come in. Come in.
tell me something I can't read in a room, something you wouldn't say before the third drink. I'm asking because I mean it, not as small talk, not as something to fill the space between the music. I've been practicing presence, someone taught me to, meaning I'm here for the answer, not just the question. You folded your napkin twice, unfolded it, refolded it. I noticed everything tonight. This is me trying to know you correctly, not through the lens of someone I used to know. I cleared out all the assumptions, tried to come and empty the way you're supposed to, when the thing in front of you is new and worth it. 20 questions about you, and I mean you specifically. 20 questions, not the ones that confirm what I already decided you were. Who are you afraid to disappoint? What's the last thing that made you feel small? What do you want that you haven't told anyone yet? 20 questions about you, I want the real answers. You laughed at the last one, I didn't let you redirect, waited it out, kept my eyes on yours. You looked at your glass, then at the window, then at me. No one's ever waited on that one before. You said I believed you. People filling the pause too fast. I'm learning not to, learning to hold the space open. Let the real answer find its way to the surface. You told me something I won't repeat here. Quiet, matter of fact, like you'd held it a long time. The room adjusted around it the way rooms do. I filed it carefully, the real kind of filing, not the kind you forget by Tuesday. The kind that changes how you see someone's face. 20 questions about you, and I got 19 more. 20 questions, the kind that require courage from both of us to answer honestly. What do you do when love stops being enough? What does enough even mean to you? What's the burden of yourself you're still becoming? 20 questions, I'm not going anywhere. Take your time. There's a version of getting to know someone that's just pattern matching, fitting them into shapes you've seen before. I've done that, I'm tired of it. You don't fit any of my shapes, and that's the most interesting thing I've discovered in a long time. 20 questions about you, we've barely started. 20 questions, and I want every answer, every single one about you, specifically you. Nobody else tonight, just you. She left her lip balm in the second drawer down. Didn't notice until 6 months after she was gone. Let it sit, didn't use it, didn't throw it out, just kept it company. Every time I opened the drawer, there was a book. She dog-eared to page 43. I didn't read the page, just looked at the fold. Her handwriting on the inside cover, her name, not a note, just ownership, just evidence. I moved it to the bookshelf, spine out so I couldn't see. An act of progress I was proud of for a week. I cleared out most of it eventually. The physical things are the easiest. You can hold them and decide. The weight of them is something you can name. Half a drawer full of someone, half a drawer, and I called it moving on. Half a drawer, the lip balm in the book and 3 receipts from restaurants restaurants I still won't go back to. Half a drawer, and then I met you. Half a drawer, I should have emptied it properly. Half a drawer full of someone, I'm clearing it now. You left your earrings on the bathroom shelf last Thursday, small gold ones, unpretentious. I stood there for a second, not comparing, just feeling the fact of them. Silver replaced by gold, someone else's jewelry in someone else's bathroom. You came back for them on Saturday morning. I had them on the counter ready, said you left these. You picked them up and held them for a second, like they were telling you something about the space they'd been in. Thank you, you said just that, and put them in your pocket. You didn't ask to leave anything, I didn't ask you to. But there is a drawer now with half a space in it, and I think we both know. Half a drawer, yours if you want it. Half a drawer, no ceremony, just space. Half a drawer, where the lip balm used to be, where the dog-eared book is not anymore. Half a drawer, and I'm offering it plainly, not romantically, just practically. Just drawer full of possibility. It's yours. Clearing someone out of a space is not betrayal, it's just the work of living for what she had. Her own drawers somewhere, she filled them with new things too. That's what people do, that's what I'm doing. The drawer is clean, the drawer is ready. Half a drawer, yours now if you want it. Half a drawer, no pressure, just know it's there, clean and ready. Half a drawer, half a beginning.
I owe you an apology for the first 3 months. The times I was half here, the times you could tell, the pauses that went slightly too long, the questions I answered from somewhere else. You never called it out directly, you had the grace for that, but I saw you notice and adjust and keep going, and the adjusting cost you something, and I know that. I was still living in the architecture of someone else, mapping your face onto a blueprint that wasn't yours. You were always you, I was slow to arrive. I'm sorry for the slow arrival. You deserve someone who came running. I came fully. Just took longer than it should have. Apology to the new one for the months I spent comparing. Apology for the times I went quiet and said nothing when something was the honest answer. Apology for the checking out, the flinching at details, for bringing a ghost to a table set for two. Apology to the new one. You are new. You were always entirely new, and I couldn't always see that. And I'm sorry. There was a night in February when you cried a little, not at me, just at your day, just that accumulation. I held you, but I was thinking of the last time I held someone crying, calculating the differences, doing the terrible math you didn't know. You were just in your moment, and I was in 2 moments, and only half in yours. I have been angry at myself about that night since convinced a person needs to be the only person in the room when someone holds them. I wasn't, I'm not proud. I've been better since significantly. The February version of me is someone I'm working on. The me that holds you now is more here than I've been in years. Apology to the new one for February and the months before. Apology for the space it took to clear the space, for making you wait on the edge of something that should have been open. Apology for what I kept in the drawer too long, for the playlist I couldn't listen to without leaving. Apology to the new one. You were always worth full presence. Let me give you that now. I'm telling you this because you're still here, and still here means something earned. And what you've earned is the whole of me, not the almost, not the mostly, the whole. I've done the work, I've done most of it. I'm doing the rest right now in this room, to your face, in plain words. Apology to the new one, last one, I promise. Apology, and then we don't look back. Apology, now we go forward, now we go together. All the way forward, together. All the way forward, together. Together. There's a version of the story that starts before you. Years of choosing wrong and finding out slow, and a long quiet stretch where I stopped choosing altogether. Lived inside a careful radius and called it peace. I had a city and a routine and a few good friends, and a very particular skill for almost calling, almost staying, almost saying. I was very good at the doorway, bad at stepping through. Then a mutual friend mentioned you casually, the way good things arrive without announcement. Before I knew your name, I was someone who had given up on the particular kind of hope that you restore. Before I knew your name, I had a different answer to how are you. Before I knew your name, the mornings were a neutral thing. Now there's something I look forward to, and that sounds small, but it isn't small. It almost, now I'm learning to arrive. You told me on the fourth date that you'd almost canceled. Headache, long week, the couch was calling loudly. I told you I almost canceled too. Different reason. Habit, mostly the habit of the doorway. We laughed about it, two people almost in opposite apartments, and then showing up anyway. And the evening, be run the counterfactual sense, the world without the showing up. Both of us on our respective couches, missing this without ever knowing we were missing it. I'm glad we showed up. I'm glad for the headache and the habit. I'm glad we're bad enough at quitting to have gotten here before I knew your name. I'd stopped believing in the specific gravity of a person before I knew your name. I thought I was done wanting this. Now I want it every single morning. And I mean the ordinary version, the coffee and the argument and the quiet. Before I knew your name, I was almost, now I'm here. If I could tell the before version something, it would be the doorway is not the destination. It would be the showing up on a long week with a headache towards someone you don't know yet is not a small act. It is the whole thing. It is the whole thing. Before I knew your name, I was good at almost your name. And I'm learning to stay all the way in your name. In the morning, in the ordinary, in the kitchen, your name. Before and after and now. She left me the fear of being left. Didn't mean to. That's not how it works. But I carry it now like luggage I didn't pack. Check it every airport just in case. She left me the habit of reading too much into a pause. The flinch at a change in tone, the particular dread of a we need to talk notification. She left me the compulsive gratitude for mornings after arguments, because arguments are proof that someone stayed. She didn't mean to leave any of this, she just left. And here I am, handing you someone who comes with these things attached. That's not fair. That's why I'm naming them out loud. What she left, that wasn't hers to leave. The tightening in my chest when your phone rings twice. What she left, the waiting for the floor to fall, the reading of your face for information you haven't given. She didn't own these, they grew here after, but they're here. What she left, that wasn't hers. So I'm working on returning to no one. She also left me better at listening, I should say that, because you deserve the whole ledger, not just the cost. She left me the ability to sit in someone's hard day without reaching for a fix, without rushing to the resolution. She left me the knowledge that time is not a given, that the person across the table is borrowed from the future. Gratitude is not a feeling, it's a practice. I practice it on you most mornings. She left me the capacity to love again more carefully. That was her best and most unwilling gift. I'm handing you the whole ledger, the debts and the deposits, the tightening and the tenderness. They came from the same place. But she left, that wasn't hers to leave. the better listen in the morning. Gratitude, what she left. The knowing that nothing's guaranteed, the choosing someone daily, knowing it could end. She didn't own these, they grew hereafter, but they're mine now. What she left that wasn't hers, I'm giving the good parts to you. This is the whole of it, the fear and the softness, the flinch and the practice, the luggage and the hands that can hold it better now. This is what I bring to your door, not a clean slate. I don't have one, a used one, carefully maintained, still good, still very much good. What she left, I'm sorting through it still. What she left, the good parts are yours, the best I'm returning to no one, to the air, to wherever old wounds go, and someone stays long enough for them to finish what she left. I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done. Oh yeah. I stopped comparing somewhere around October. Noticed it because I noticed the absence of it. The thing that used to surface every other day just wasn't there anymore. I made eggs, you were eating at the counter. Glasses I hadn't seen before, a new prescription. I said those are new, and you looked up and smiled, and that was the whole moment, complete and clean. No undercurrent, no archaeology, no doubling, just you and the glasses and the eggs in the morning. I stood there holding the pen and thought, this is what the other side feels like. This is what it is to arrive. This one's mine, not recover, not replace. This one's mine, not better than not feeling space. This is its own thing with its own name and its own weight. This one's mine and I am not comparing. This one's mine, the glasses, the counter, the eggs, the reading and the smile and the new prescription. This one's mine, and I am finally only here. You've seen the work, the pauses and the flinching, the February nights I was half somewhere else. You saw it and you stayed, and you didn't make it into a crisis. That is a particular kind of love, and I want to name it, the kind that holds space without claiming it, the kind that waits at a respectful distance from someone else's grief. I was worth waiting on, you decided that before I believed it. I'm catching up to what you saw ahead of me. Almost there, I'm almost at the version of myself that you apparently saw in October when I couldn't. I see it now, I see why you stayed. I'm grateful in a way that I don't have the right word for yet. This one's mine, and by that I mean ours. This one's mine, and yours, and clean and new. This is the thing that lives when all the ghosts go quiet. This one's mine, and I mean it without qualification. This one's mine, the whole thing, not just the parts, the glasses and the eggs and the hard months. This one's mine, and I am here for all of it. I want to tell you about October, the pen in my hand and the glasses and the nothing, no ghosts, no grief, no second thought, just you across the counter reading, just you. I want you to know That's the moment I stopped arriving and became arriving.